I reckon it is almost exactly a year since my last tank video, which was about 4 or 5 years after the tank video before that. And I was surprised at how well that video did, considering I don't really do lots of tanks. As it's the first anniversary of my last tank video, I've got 2. And these are both by Coolbank model, the same as that Stuart tank. In the world of tank... I should have got World of Tanks to sponsor this video. That would have been a great transition. In the world of RC tanks, I'm not all that clued up. But what I do know is that these are nice, affordable scale tanks. You can go all the way up to 4 figures for a tank, and you can get some cheaper ones that aren't all that great. These seem to me to offer good value for money. I'm not exactly sure on the prices, but I don't think they're too bad for what you get. And I know some of you guys watching are going to be really good model makers, and you're going to be able to make these look even better than they do out the box. So this one's the M8 HMC Scott. I'm pretty sure it is the same or based on that Stuart tank. It's just a little bit different up top. There is some information on the back there. Obviously it's a US tank. It says there it was used by the French army, it was used in Italy and stuff like that. There's the details of the real one there as well. The turret can maximum of 360 degrees. Full function, super chassis, barrel recoil, simulative suspension system, ready to run. Yeah, more than one tank can run at the same time. Well, that's handy because we have got 2. And this one is the Crusader tank, the Crusader 3. This is a British tank. The Crusader was one of the main British cruiser tanks in the early stages of World War II, and perhaps the most important British tank in the North African campaign. So these are both 16th scale. There's some more information there on it. Same stuff on here. The turret can maximum of 360 degrees. Super racing. Don't think it's a racing tank. However, I'm all for a racing tank. If someone wants to make a racing tank, I will buy it. So these come well packed. You get loads of bits to stick on, which we'll do in a bit. Stickers, instructions, and the controller instructions there. USB chargers for the batteries. Looks like you get some spare bits of track there and some pins. This will be the transmitter. We'll have a closer look at this in a bit, once we've got the tank up and running. But nice controllers. They have a lot of functions on there. These are like for your guns, but yeah, we'll have a look in a bit. And then the old tank is in there. There it is, the Crusader 3. Tracks look quite thin on it. I don't know whether they were that thin on the real one, but once you put all this on, you'll see all the detail on it. Obviously turret moves, gun I think, but yeah, gun moves up and down. We'll put that to one side. Just quickly get this one out of the box, but I can't imagine there's anything different. And then I will get all their trim on so we can look at them properly. So this one, the box slightly different. Still well protected in there, just not quite the same. Exactly the same controller, just a different colour. You've got olive drab. All your trim, instructions, stickers, charger. So yeah, all the same. I am gonna grab myself a coffee. I'm gonna make myself comfortable. And then I'm going to get all this trim on. Many hours later, well, probably 2 hours later, they're done. I'm all fingers and thumbs when it comes to putting all these little bits of trim on, but we got there. So all done, stickers on, all ready to go. Now the last one I had came with 2 of these lithium ion batteries, 1500 milliamp hour. One was for the tank and then one was for the transmitter. On the Crusader, it's got an adapter for AA's. On the M8, there's nothing in there. There's not a spare battery and there's not an adapter. I've had a look through the box and I can't find it. So what I'm going to do is I'll borrow the battery out of here to run the transmitter with this battery, and then I'll go and find another spare one. So yeah, that's a little bit of a pain. There's also something else I've seen on this, which is probably going to be a bit of an issue, but we'll get to that in a minute. So on this one, the battery is under here. You lift that up, that just comes out like that. Got a couple of magnets. Well, it's got one magnet there, and that one's and that magnet's fallen off, so I'll have to glue that. Battery connects, slides in there, and then that just slides back on like that. Then the switch is just under this little door here. Switch this on first, switch that on. and it's on. I did have to repair this. You have to just hold, there's a key button there, hold the key button, then switch it on, then switch this on, and it paired it. And then once it's all paired, once you switch it on, press the key button, and it starts up. Then this side does the turret, so it goes, oh, look how fast that is, 360 degrees. And then up and down, that does your cannon. And then these two fire. So you can see it's got recoil on it. And then you've got a machine gun the other side, and a little light in there. And then this other side, that's what controls your tank. So you can turn, and then you go forward, backwards. And there's 2 speed settings. It's on the slowest at the moment. Switch that up, and then you got quicker speed. It actually looks quite quick. This isn't the slow. Let me turn the. So this is slowest speed. And then if I switch that, so 2 speed, and it has got a smoke machine. Now I couldn't get the Stuart one to work last time, but I've got it working this time. I got some proper fluid, and I made sure I forced it in. There's a little magnetic cover there, and it goes inside this bit. It does take a while to get going. While we're waiting for that, I'll just show you the lights. So you've got 2 big front lights there. I think that one just stays on all the time because I can't find any of the switches that do anything with that. Oh yeah, there we go. So that bottom button there. There we go, we got smoke. Let's have some sound with it as well. Look. There we go. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That is pretty cool. Right, one of the first problems with this is to get to the battery. It's under there, but I can't work out. I don't think I had this problem with the other one. Yeah, these spare tracks that you put on there get right in the way. Let's get 2 hands on it, see if I can get it open. So you can lift that up. That's how I found the next problem when I was moving it. This came up and I saw something in there. Anyway, let's see if it is going to be. It might not be a problem. Let's just plug it in. Don't know where the switch is on this one. I do remember this being a massive pain to get the battery in and get it closed. Right, I've not switched this one on yet, so is it paired? No, this one's not either. So switch off, hold the key button, switch on. See what it does. When the code matching is successful, the remote control will enter ready state. The indicator will flash twice every 2 seconds. 1, 2. So it's doing that. Well, it's not working. Well, I've just spent a fair bit of time looking over it, trying to get it to... As if that's just started then. I've just spent ages. What? Let's just check that it will switch back on. I think there's a problem with it. Yeah, it's not working now. And the other thing that I was talking about was when I was putting all the little bits of trim in, I just saw this hanging down in the middle with it's like a little motor with a gear, and I presume that little white tab at the top goes backwards and forwards. I don't know where it's fallen off from. It's obviously been bashed about in transit. That's come loose, and something's come loose inside. Right. I want to know what this is. It goes up and down. I bet it's the recoil. Yeah, that's what it is. We got no recoil, that's fallen off. Nah, I think it's a bust. I reckon the box for this has been dropped or something and it's come apart inside. That'll explain why that's hanging off as well. At least we got a nice reliable British tank to take for a run. Right, let's go and do tank stuff. These things are pretty quick when you get them going. I think it's in the highest speed setting, look. Way too quick. Oh no, is that my fuel pipe? Right, oh that's a good shot, I've slowed it down. Don't want to get told off for my scale driving skills. The suspension there, as you can see, working, look, that is pretty good. It's working well. We're in a big quarry, so it's definitely going to test this thing out. It is doing all right. Oh, my flap keeps flopping open. Now, although these things aren't waterproof, oh, hang on, reverse. Ah, we're stuck. Yeah, I was going to say, although these things aren't generally waterproof, oh, my lights aren't on. There we go. You can go through a bit of water and they'll be fine, but I never recommend it. Oh, stuck. Oh. There we go. See how well it climbs. I tell you what, this is quite steep. Struggling a bit. I reckon we're going to get to the top, you know. Yes. What a cool little tank. Oh! That was way deeper than I thought. Oh dear. It's definitely not waterproof. Oh no, I can hear fizzing. Yeah, we broke it. Oh, bull. Now that is smoke from the smoke machine, but I definitely heard it fizzing. It's just gone crazy. I need to switch it off. Where was the switch again? Right, that's definitely on fire now. I can smell it. Something is on fire. Where's the switch? I forgot where the switch is. It won't switch off. No. Ah. I need to get the battery. I need to get a batch. So there we go, 2 tanks. One that didn't work out the box and one that did work until, well, I got my hands on it. Don't put them in water. It kind of is dry. It's been a couple of days now and it will work. The turret rotates. The gun goes up and down. The cannon works. switch it off yet. It won't go forwards or backwards. We've definitely like blown the speed controller or something. At least it switches off now though. That was crazy. I didn't have the camera rolling for a lot of it, but the turret was just spinning and I couldn't stop it. So 2 affordable tanks. That one, it's a shame it didn't work. I didn't have any problems with the other Stuart I had, so it must be that it was dropped or something like that. This one, again, no problems. Just make sure you don't go too deep in that water. See you next year.